Hello, friend. I'm Hope, and I'm really glad you're here today. Welcome to English with Hope, a calm space for your mind and your heart. In this channel, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to rush. Here, we learn English slowly. We listen to English gently. No pressure, no stress. And here, you are not alone. Wherever you are in the world, I'm right here with you. So relax your shoulders, take a slow breath, and let's begin. How many times today have you answered a question without thinking? Someone passes you in the hallway at work. A neighbor smiles at you near the mailbox. A cashier asks how your afternoon is going. And before your mind even registers how you actually feel, a word slips out of your mouth. I'm fine. It comes out automatically. It is smooth. It is polite. It keeps the conversation easy and light. I'm fine. How are you? We say it when we are happy, and we say it when we are neutral. But we also say it when our minds are filled with worry. We say it when our chest feels heavy with sadness. We say it when we are completely overwhelmed by the demands of the week. Why do we do this? Why has "I'm fine" become a universal shield that we carry everywhere? We treat our real emotions like something shameful that needs to be hidden away in a dark drawer. We pretend that being a healthy human being means being cheerful 24 hours a day. And so we put on a small smile, nod our heads, and continue walking. We tell the world that everything is under control, even when our inner world feels like it is falling apart. Today, I want us to look closely at this quiet habit. We are going to explore what happens when we finally stop pretending. We are going to see why acknowledging your true state is not a failure, but the beginning of real inner peace. By choosing to sit with me today, you are giving yourself a very rare gift. You are stepping away from a world that constantly asks you to perform. Think about how much energy it takes to maintain an appearance of total strength. When you are struggling with a difficult situation, that struggle itself requires energy to navigate. When you add the extra demand of pretending that everything is fine, you double your workload. You are managing the difficulty, and you are also managing the stage show. For everyone around you, it is like carrying a heavy bag up a steep hill while trying to look like you are walking on flat ground. No wonder you feel exhausted at the end of the day. The tiredness you feel is not just from your daily tasks. It is from the constant exertion of holding up a mask. In this episode, we are not going to talk about complicated theories or social rules. We are simply going to look at how much lighter your life becomes when you permit yourself to be honest. You will see that you do not need to fix every difficult emotion instantly. You do not need to hide your gray days. From the light, let us take another quiet breath together. In and out. Feel your jaw relax. Let your hands open up softly. You are safe here, exactly as you are right now. I want to share a quiet personal experience with you. A few months ago, I was working late into the evening. I had several podcast scripts to finish, audio files to edit, and many personal tasks waiting for my attention. Outside, a steady rain was falling against the window pane. Inside my room, I sat at my desk feeling completely drained. My mind felt foggy, and my body was physically exhausted from weeks of constant activity. In the middle of that quiet work session, my phone rang. On the desk, it was a close friend calling to check on me. I picked up the phone, and as soon as I heard her voice, my mind reflexively prepared the standard reply. I was about to say, "I'm fine, just busy working on some projects." That was the script I had used hundreds of times before. It was safe. It avoided any awkward silences. It kept me looking competent and strong. But that evening, as the words sat on the tip of my tongue, I felt a sudden physical resistance. I felt too tired to speak a line that wasn't true. I paused for 2 full seconds. I took a quiet breath, looked at the rain outside, and said softly, "Honestly, I am feeling really overwhelmed today." There was a moment of silence on the line. For a second, my old fear whispered that I had made a mistake. I worried that I had brought a dark mood into our conversation. I worried that I sounded weak or incapable. But then my friend let out a soft breath of her own. She didn't offer a lecture. She didn't give me a list of 10 ways to solve my schedule. She simply said, "I hear you. I'm so glad you told me. It's okay to feel that way." In an instant, the atmosphere of the conversation completely changed. The invisible wall between us disappeared. A wave of genuine comfort and relief washed over me. By simply admitting that I was not okay, I didn't lose my dignity. I didn't lose my strength. Instead, I opened a door that allowed kindness and real human connection to enter the room. That simple phone call taught me a lesson I will never forget. Why do we hide our weakness from others? Let us think about why it is so difficult to say those simple words, "I am having a hard time." From a very young age, most of us were taught to value independence and productivity. We saw pictures of successful people who always looked confident, energetic, and composed. We began to believe an unwritten rule: to be valuable, you must be strong at all times. We worry that if we show our confusion or sadness, people will judge us. We think they will view us as incompetent, unreliable, or burdensome. We fear that our honest state will drive people away or make them feel uncomfortable. So we build a high wall around our actual thoughts. We present a polished version of ourselves to our colleagues, our neighbors, and sometimes even our families. We treat our vulnerability as if it were a defect in our character. But hiding your struggle does not make the struggle go away. It only forces you to carry it completely alone, in the dark. What is the real cost of saying "I'm fine"? When you repeatedly say "I'm fine" when you are not, you pay an invisible price. First, you create a sense of internal isolation. Even when you are standing in a room full of people, you feel distant from them. You know in your heart that they are interacting with your outer shell, not with your real experience. Second, you train your own mind to ignore its own signals. When your body tells you that you need rest, you answer by forcing a smile and working harder. When your emotional self signals that you need comfort, you brush the feeling aside. Over time, this continuous rejection of your inner truth leads to a deep feeling of numbness. You lose touch with your actual needs because you are so focused on maintaining the external image. The word fine becomes a small cage that keeps your real life locked inside. It prevents you from receiving the support, advice, and simple comfort that others might gladly give you if they knew the truth. How does honesty build real strength? We often confuse composure with strength. We think that a strong person is someone who never cries, never doubts, and never stumbles. But that is not human strength. That is just rigidity. A wooden stick that does not bend will snap when the wind blows too hard. A tree that sways with the wind remains standing after the storm has passed. Admitting that you are struggling is an act of genuine courage. It requires far more strength to look someone in the eye and state your truth than it does to repeat a safe lie. When you say, "I am not okay right now," you demonstrate that you are clear-headed and self-aware. You are acknowledging reality instead of running away from it. This honesty creates a solid foundation inside your spirit. You stop wasting your vital energy on defense and appearance. Instead, you direct your strength toward addressing what actually needs care and attention in your life. Why do people love our authentic truth? Have you ever noticed how you feel when a friend speaks to you with complete honesty? When someone sits down across from you and admits that they made a mistake or that they are having a difficult month, how do you react? Do you look at them with contempt or judgment? No, almost never. In reality, your heart opens up toward them. You feel a sense of relief because their honesty grants you permission to be human, too. Perfection creates distance between people. When someone appears to have a flawless life with no problems, it is hard to feel close to them. Authenticity, on the other hand, creates an immediate bridge of shared understanding. When you drop your shield, you invite the other person to drop theirs as well. People do not love us because we are invincible. They love us because we are real. Your willingness to be honest about your limits makes you trustworthy, approachable, and deeply relatable to everyone around you. How does self-acceptance bring peace? The ultimate goal of dropping the mask is not just to communicate better with others. It is to build a peaceful relationship with yourself. Peace does not mean living a life where no problems ever occur. True peace is the ability to stay grounded and kind toward yourself through all the changing weather of your life. When you accept that it is completely normal to have days of low energy, sadness, or confusion, the conflict inside your mind stops. You stop arguing with your reality. If today is a gray day, you allow it to be a great day without calling yourself a failure. You treat your emotional life with the same gentle patience you would offer to a tired child. Self-acceptance allows you to breathe deeply in the middle of an unfinished process. It reminds you that your worth as a human being is permanent. Your value does not decrease when you are tired. Your importance does not shrink when you need help. You are allowed to exist peacefully in all your seasons. Let us look at 3 practical micro-habits that can help you integrate this gentle honesty into your everyday life. The first micro-habit is the morning truth check. When you wake up in the morning, before you pick up your phone or look at your schedule, take 30 seconds to check in with yourself. Put your hand gently on your desk or over your chest. Ask yourself quietly, how am I feeling right now? Answer the question in your mind with one clear, honest sentence. You might say, I feel rested today. Or you might say, I am waking up with a lot of worry in my mind. Do not try to fix the feeling immediately. Do not lecture yourself about why you should feel differently. Simply name the truth, acknowledge it with gentleness, and step into your day with self-awareness. The second micro-habit is the honest pause the next time a friend, family member, or safe colleague asks you how you are doing. Do not answer instantly. Give yourself a 2-second pause before you speak. Use those 2 seconds to ask if you feel safe sharing a small slice of truth. You do not need to share your entire personal story with everyone you meet. However, if you are speaking with someone you trust, try offering a small, honest response instead of the automatic, I'm fine. You can say, I'm managing, but it's been a busy week. Or, to be honest, my energy is a bit low today, but I'm taking it step by step. Notice how taking that small pause breaks the habitual script and opens the door for a more meaningful exchange. The final micro-habit is the evening unloading at the end of your day. When you have finished your work and are preparing to rest, take a moment to mark the end of your efforts. Sit quietly on the edge of your bed or in a comfortable chair. Close your eyes and take a slow, deep breath through your nose. As you exhale slowly through your mouth, say softly to yourself, I do not have to carry everything by myself. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Release the desire to solve tomorrow's difficulties tonight. Acknowledge that you did what you could today and give your mind full permission to rest in total safety. Take another deep, slow breath with me. In and out. Feel how light your heart can be when you stop trying to project constant composure. The world outside is full of noise, expectations, and endless hurry. But you do not need to let that pressure dictate your inner truth. You are a living, breathing human being, not a machine built for continuous performance. You are allowed to have days where your steps are slow. You are allowed to say, I don't know. When you face confusion, and you are completely, unconditionally allowed to say, I am not okay whenever life feels heavy. Acknowledging your vulnerability is the doorway to your true strength. It connects you to the shared heart of humanity and opens the way for genuine relief and light to enter your life. Remember that every season in nature has its own purpose. The quiet winter is not a mistake. It is the necessary rest that prepares the earth for spring. Treat your own quiet, difficult seasons with the same respect and patience. You are doing better than you think. You are growing, step by quiet step. We have reached the end of our time together today. Thank you so much for sitting with me, for listening so deeply, and for practicing your English slowly and gently. If this message brought a sense of comfort or peace to your heart today, please share it with someone who might need a gentle reminder. I would love to read your thoughts in the comments below. Tell me, what is one small weight you are choosing to lay down today? Practicing your writing in the comments helps your English vocabulary grow, and it reminds our little community that none of us are walking this path alone. Take good care of yourself today. Be kind to your mind. Stay gentle with your heart. And remember, you are always worthy of love and understanding, exactly as you are. Until next time, goodbye for now, my friend.